Hi guys, I'm Preeti Vaishnavi. Welcome to Parenting Diaries. So today I'm going to speak to all you parents who've got really stubborn kids who just do not listen to you, kids who say no for anything and everything. Good news for you guys there. I'm going to give you that news on the other side. In the meantime, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and press the like button if you find this video useful. The good news is that this phase of being stubborn and not listening to you is actually just a phase. Parents, the way children develop physically, they are developing psychologically as well. Being stubborn and not listening to you is actually a part of this phase of psychological development. And it is going to last for only as many years. It starts around 18 months when they start having this really strong sense of self. They get very possessive about their own things. They start figuring out that this is the thing that belongs to mama, this is the thing that belongs to me, this is the thing that belongs to the third party. So they start getting possessive about their own things, and that's why you will see that they do not want to share toys, they do not want to share their things with other kids. That is because of this strong sense of self. Now, this sense of self somewhere goes overboard when it comes to their decisions as well. Because they have newly discovered this power of decision making and this sense of self, they get very possessive of what they want and their choices as well. So if they want to wear that green legging, they want to wear that green legging, and nothing in the world should really come in between that. And in case you're a parent and you want them to wear something else, then all hell breaks loose, and this is something that you have faced so many times, I'm sure. Now, how do you deal with a child who's so stubborn? First thing, choose your fights, yaar. If your child wants to wear their green legging to every birthday party this year, I think it's absolutely okay. Green legging hasn't really harmed any child in any which way. I know it's pretty, it's pretty disturbing if your child's not giving a glance to this really beautiful dress that you bought from Amazon, but that's okay. Is it worth picking up a fight and disturbing the peace? Let the child wear that green legging wherever and whenever and many number of times. It's absolutely okay. But this doesn't really mean that you compromise on things of safety, things of discipline, and things related to their health. If your child wants to have pizza every day, then you have to say no. So that's the second thing, your no should really mean no. And no should come in only when it is a concern of safety to the child, concern of health with the child. If your child, again, as I said, if it's about having pizza every day, then you have to say no. You have to say no day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and all the other days that follow. If you give in on day 8, let's say, and say, oh, let my child finally have a piece of pizza, then you're over and done with, because that's when the child will understand, if I keep on throwing the tantrum, one day they are going to break. So nothing doing your no should really mean no. It will slowly and steadily settle into their minds that this is something my mom's not going to give in, irrespective of whatever I do or whatever I say. Now, the third way in which we should really handle the stubborn behavior of the child is by giving respect to this new sense of self, giving them more powers to decide for their own, because that is what they want right now. So instead of giving them open-ended questions, give them closed questions. And when I say this, I mean give them choices. If it's a question of deciding on a dress, then give them 2 dresses to wear. So which one do you want to wear? You want a red one or you want to wear a yellow one? So that way, decision is still in the child's hand. What do you want to eat? You want to eat an apple or an orange? So let the child take as many decisions as possible in a normal course of life. That is what is going to make the child slightly settled, and the child is going to feel, okay, my sense of self is secure and I still have the power in me. In many instances, I have also recommended parents to take this decision making a little bit further by letting them decide on the color of bed sheet that should be put on the bed or the kind of pillows you should have on the sofa. If we involve them in decision making or in things of in and around household, they might just bloom and settle down and kind of give in also here and there if they feel that their decision making is not under threat. Now, the fourth way in which you should actually handle a child's stubborn behavior or this behavior of not listening to you. Now, normally we find this behavior exhibits in your normal course of daily routine. Let's say, for example, the child doesn't want to go for bath, or they don't want to change clothes, or they don't want to eat this, or they don't want to eat that. So these are all things that happens in a child's normal daily routine. Now, if you want to keep yourself away from all those tantrums and all those meltdowns, now the first and foremost suggestion to you is to have a daily routine in a child's life. See, young children thrive on schedule. They thrive on predictable behavior. So what I would suggest to you parents is that have a set routine in the house, you know. So let's say, for example, you get up at 9, then you have your breakfast, and then you have your a play time, and then you go for bath. The same kind of behavior, the same kind of schedule should be followed to as much extent as possible on a daily basis. The kind of breakfast that you have can keep on changing, the kind of game that you're playing can keep on changing, but the flow of events should actually follow one after another, because this way the child knows that I'm having breakfast right now, and then I will have my playtime, and once my playtime gets over, I have to go for my bathe, and it's only after I bathe will I get my lunch. So in a couple of days, this kind of schedule gets set into the mind of the child, and there will be very fewer incidences of meltdown or very fewer instances of a child not doing what the child is supposed to be doing, because he knows what's going to follow what. Now, in this particular daily schedule, when you're running it through the life of a child, I would request you to give transition time. Now, let's say, for example, the child is playing and now the child has to go for bath. Give him advance notice. 10 minutes before the set time, just tell the child, I think it's time for you to take bath. Why don't we just wind up with our toys? You know, don't just abruptly come and say, okay, now wind up, and we have to go for bath. So you have to give time to the child to transition from one set of activities to another. I'm sure that if you follow all these things, your child's going to show a much more settled behavior, and this phase that you're going through right now is ultimately going to settle down.